Welcome to the Faceless Podcast, episode 7. I know I did a double up on the episodes today. For the holiday, I probably will be taking a break. So, just wanted to try to get these in so I can be consistent with you guys. As you know, welcome to the Faceless Podcast, a place where you can speak freely and be unashamed about your story and embrace your truth. So, today, this is going to be another shorter video. Um, and we were going to be talking about the toxic strive for perfection. So, I just feel like as women or even as men, just in our society, we do put a lot of pressure on ourselves to look a certain way, have a certain status by a certain age. By 30, I want to be married. I want to have children. I want to have, make 8 figures. These are the expectations and the things we come up with um, as part of our personalities and what we need to be worthy um, of other people's approval. And I think that it gets to be an empty chase, an empty chase for identity and really trying to figure out who am I, what am I, where am I, and like these material things or the status or the degree or the relationship or the Instagram post now becomes something you're performing and you are trying to earn people's approval and love. You want people to know you're successful, or you want people to see that you're valuable. And for me, I know that, growing up in a concrete jungle, the hustle, everybody that's from New York is just a hustle that comes with it. You know what I mean? It's the mindset of hustling for everything and striving. And I realized that it was important when I did move. It was important for me to really try to understand who am I outside of these accolades, my character. And I realized I was really broken with businesses and with degrees and really settling for less in relationships despite having that impressive resume and traveling and being all of these places and doing all these things. And I think a lot of time we feel that worthlessness, so we try to overcompensate in other areas. We get all these degrees, we get all these licenses and certifications because we're trying to prove to ourselves we are not who they said we are. We are not the failure. We're not worthless. We're not ugly, or we're not fat, or we're not stupid, and these things that some of us have heard from parents and have heard from, other classmates and, you know, things like that. And we come to embrace those things as the truth, whether we know it or not. And then we create spaces where we find ourselves striving and being exhausted during that strive and not really thriving, even if it's financially, or educationally or relationally. We tend to put on this facade that we are content and happy with ourselves and with what we've accomplished, but really not getting to the root of the fact that a lot of the things is us trying to prove the voices that we hear or the verses that we heard as children are wrong. I've had friends where I remember where they would say, they wanted to, when they were young, they wanted to do this and they wanted to do that, but their parents kind of told them, hey, this is what you need to do. This is what the field you need to be in. And then they get it, successful in it, and then really recognize this is not really what I wanted. Like, I actually wanted to do something else. I actually wanted to, travel the world or be a nurse or be this or be a painter or a singer or a sculptor. And I do understand that a lot of um Caribbean, like, more Caribbean people have some of these issues with, that the way their parents see them and them coming to America and trying to really strive to do certain things and, get certain accolades to bring honor to your family. And it is something that we as Black Americans, I'm not saying for all, but most of us, we're more of a, I want to follow my passion and my dream and that kind of thing. Like I said, I'm not generalizing, just based on my experience with friends who have been either, of Caribbean descent, versus more Black Americans, Black African Americans, who had just a different mind frame when it came to success and purpose and destiny. And I just think for all of us, we do find ourselves striving to prove, I guess, our own doubt wrong, prove our own insecurity wrong. Like, I am worthy, I am loved, I am cared for, I have, I am successful. But I did realize there was some more work inside that needed to be done, in order for me to fully reap the benefits of what God had already blessed me with, and the gifts and talents that He'd given me. I needed to really get inside and get to the root of the lies that I built, the foundation of the lie, the root of the lie, and then the foundation, of the house that was built on the lie, right? And really breaking that down and say, where did this lie come from? Why did I believe it? And then, like, renouncing and breaking agreement with that lie, and then really receiving the truth of who I really am. And, like, kind of like what I said in the last video, when I was in survival mode, it was like, so I can live through this experience, through this trauma, through this toxic environment. When you get out of that situation or those situations, whether it be abuse, whether it be, toxic work environment, whatever, there's a hardness that happens to you, as you walk into your healed, that healed environment, and you're walking through your healing, and you find that you have different desires. For me, when I was young, I was really heavily into music. And then after being told so long, oh, well, that may not work out, you need a backup plan, that kind of thing, I started to strive for, you know, other majors and other things, and did well in those things, and actually utilized my degree and worked with managers and, people of high levels. But it always felt like something was missing. And in that strive for perfection, as I got older, I was like, there's something missing. Like, there's a destiny position or a destiny environment that I need to tap into, that I didn't have the environment to tap into that before, because I was in survival mode. I gotta make it. Like, I gotta make it. What's the quickest way to make it? What do I need to do to utilize this degree and get out of this space? And what's the quickest way to get some money to get out of the environment I was in? And now that I am in a more healed place, do have a tribe around me, do have good people around me, you tend to start to unlearn a lot of the things you believe to be the truth. And I think we all put a lot of pressure on ourselves, and we don't really take inventory of where we are currently and all the things we overcame to get to this place. But we're always looking at how much farther we need to go. Oh, I need to do this and I need to do that. And I need to, I got to go back to my doctor. I got to go back for my master's. I got to go back for my associates. I need a certification. I need a job. I need to do an internship. I need to get another job. I need to get another business. And it's like, girl, take a break, like, take a breath, because when you put that pressure on yourself, it's like you can't even enjoy it, because it's a hunger that's never fulfilled, because it's from an insecurity and not from a security. It's a difference if you're secure where you're at, and then you feel that pull, like God is saying, hey, I want you to go back to school, I want you to open that business. That's something different than I'm doing it because I lack, right? I lack in this area, so I'm going to overcompensate in this area. So I just feel like it's really one of those things we got to really be sober about in our pursuit of our goals. Now, pursuing your goals and being ambitious, there's nothing wrong with that, but always get into the root of where the ambition is coming from. Is it coming from lack? Is it coming from, oh, nobody never provided for me, I'm provide for myself, and this and this and this and this, and really get into the root of those things, and really saying, okay, what lies have I said to myself about me that is pushing me and driving me into this arena, or to this area, or to this job, or to this certification, or to this business. And I saw something with B. Simone. I actually really enjoy her. I think she's great. And she said when she became a multi-millionaire, it was the hardest time of her life. And a lot of you might say, oh, well, she had money, what was the issue? Because when you got money, money don't heal them issues. Money don't heal the issues. So you want to do the soul work, so when you get to where God wants you to get, because it's guaranteed that you're going to prosper. But in order to get there and be functional and be able to enjoy it, go to that counselor, get some help, talk about your trauma, Apologize to your kids, you know what I'm saying? Or apologize to, forgive yourself, forgive others. Like, just release that bitterness, release that resentment, so you could really be free enough to be yourself and move out of your survival mode and your defensiveness, so you could really walk in that healed, soft part of you. Because, like I said, I know my personality has changed because my environment has changed, and me being a really resilient person and like be very ambitious, just by nature. When I realized it was hard for me to rest, I was like, something is wrong. Because why can't you rest? There's something that's not stable in you. There's something where you feel like you resting is a weakness, and that's not good. Like, just the truth of the matter. And resting don't always mean sleep. Resting means rest. You know what I'm saying? So why are you not able to rest? Why are you not able to go on vacation without worrying? Why are you always have to do something? You're always having to work and strive and do this. All I gotta do this. I gotta do. Sit down and rest. And then like I said, it's a almost like an unspoken pressure that you put on yourself, and then you tire yourself out. And then you're like, why am I so tired? I slept, my 8 hours. I'm taking my vitamins. I'm getting my protein, because your soul is weary. And not because you're feeling weary and well doing, but because you're moving outside of the grace to do things, to just busy yourself, because you don't want to deal with your pain, you don't want to deal with your trauma, you don't want to deal with your insecurity, you trying to avoid it. But one thing about that, and one thing I tell people, you don't want to get to a breaking point and then it breaks you down where you can't do nothing but rest. Deal with it while you're still functioning in that dysfunction. Okay, say it one more time for the people in the back. Don't wait until you break down. Okay, wait, do it now that you're functioning with that. You don't want to get to a place where you're incapacitated completely and you just can't even go to work. You can't even function. You can't even, help your kids with what they need, because mentally you just are exhausted. Go before you get to that point. It's like when you got a car and you see it's running on gas, and we all do it. And it's literally telling you, like, sis, you need some gas, but you like, I know I could make it to work. Once I get to work, I'm gonna make it to the gas station. And you just think, I'm gonna make it through this and I'm gonna make it through that. I'm gonna just keep going. I'm just without gassing up. And then you broke down on the side of the road, and now you can't even move your car from point A to point B, because you didn't get the gas you needed when you knew you needed it. So definitely don't pour from an empty cup. Don't fill your gas up. Get your gas tank on full. Whatever that looks like, if it's self-care, if it's counseling, if it's journaling, if it's reading, if it's meditating on the word, whatever that look, going to the gym, watching a movie, a spa weekend, vacation, whatever it is that you need to kind of unwind and reset, definitely do it, especially with the times we're living in. Is very easy to get caught up, anxious, striving because we don't know what else to expect, and then not really giving ourselves the grace to have rest and have a season where we don't have to strive and we don't have to be perfect and we don't have to look that certain way. Taking that time to really just say, you know what, I've made it through this, that, and a third, maybe getting a gratitude journal of everything that has happened that you've been so grateful for, and reading it to put yourself at ease, to know, hey, you have done enough. You have succeeded, you have lived, you have endured, you have overcome, you are victorious. So understand that, yes, you are going to keep going up and getting promotions and opportunities and business ventures and all of that amazing stuff. But take a second to take it all in, to be present, to breathe, to take a deep breath, to exhale and say, you know what, I made it. Like, I really made it through that situation. I really made it through that terrible relationship. I really overcame when my business crashed at the pandemic. I really overcame, having a child out of wedlock, or, whatever, the divorce or whatever it is that you've overcame. Does it say your dreams online? Yeah, so I definitely feel like it's one of those things that you have to really be patient with yourself and walk through your healing process, taking that time, being patient with yourself, kind to yourself, gentle with yourself. Like I always say, my counselor says, the little girl in you, the little girl in you, the little boy in you, and just really cultivating that and loving on that you, and not being so harsh with yourself and not being so aggressive with yourself or being condemning yourself or accusing yourself, but really just being gentle with yourself is so important, especially in these times. Being gentle with your mental health, and just it's okay to get off of social media. It's okay to get off of CNN. It's okay to take a minute to not worry about what's going to happen with the world. Take that off your shoulders and just choose peace. All right. So I am logging off, and I hope this bless you, ladies and gents. It's important, like I said, that we do figure out what our dreams are, who we are, and really walk in that. All right. Until next time, happy holidays. Be blessed. Bye.